Hi class, it's Tyler again. I'm going to tell you guys how I ended up here at Whitewater with a liberal studies major. My first year, fresh out of high school, I went to a private school called Luther College in Iowa. And I started off there with an education major and a coaching minor, thinking that I would be teaching high school and as well as coaching wrestling. And I love kids. I love wrestling, so I figured that would be right up my alley and be a great time. I actually work with kids right now in a place called Lad Lake. But anyways, I ended up getting some pretty bad grades there my freshman year, so I ended up transferring back home to a community college where I finished up some more gen eds classes, and then figured out I wanted to make the switch over to business. So when I transferred here to Whitewater, I applied for the business program, which I did not get into because of my GPA, how low it was from my freshman year. And, I tell everybody this, and, I tell my little sister this, and everybody that starts college. And that first year is the most important, and once you dig a hole with your GPA, you don't have many options. So I wasn't able to get into the business program or the education program here at Whitewater, so I decided to take some more, general classes, and found out that I could take communication classes with the GPA that I had. So I started taking some communications classes, and I ended up loving them. They were hands-on, a lot of group activity. I ended up having a lot of fun with them, and I learned a lot. And some of the same qualities in the communications classes that I had are the same reason and the same qualities from the liberal studies majors that I love. Number one, it's a pretty broad education, and it doesn't focus on one specific field or one specific practice, rather than just make your skills better for the working world in the future. Um, so the reason why I chose liberal studies is because I didn't want my major to define me or keep me from doing this one specific job, because I still am young, and I know that world keeps changing, and nothing's going to stay the same, and we're going to have to keep adapting anyways. So I figured liberal studies would be the best for me to adapt, as well as kind of just the best major to market myself and in a series of different fields. Um, so if I had to talk to an employer, which I have before in interviews, I would, I think I would tell them mostly the truth. How I ended up, taking communications classes, and that's how I got to liberal studies. Maybe leave out the part about not doing so hot in my grades my first couple years, but I will definitely. I like to be honest, and I would like to tell the employers that, yeah, I started off as a communications major, and I didn't start off as liberal studies major, but once I figured out the properties and the similarities between the two, I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was the best for me because, like I said again, my marketability with this major, it's a well-rounded education, and um, just other things like that. Like you could solve more problems and stuff like that. I actually have a sheet here that I got from my World of Ideas class that has 10 qualities, a list of 10 qualities of a liberal education major by Bill Cronin. And it's called Only Connect. I thought it was very interesting. I'll read off a couple for you guys real quick, but it just helps when you read these on here. It helps to realize, what kind of qualities and what kind of skills that liberal studies and liberal liberal arts majors have to offer in the working world. So some of the things on here are they listen and they hear, they read and they understand. One that I think is huge for me, especially with my communications emphasis, is they can talk with anyone, and they listen. And that's huge in a work setting, I believe. Some other things that I thought was pretty important on here. They can solve a wide variety of puzzles and problems. With in this major, like I said, it's you can solve a wide variety of problems, not just a problem in your one specific field. So I mean, you have opportunities to move up and down the ladder in your work. You move to from one job to another job in one same company because you have that broad background of education, and it's easy to be trained. And we're easy to be trained, us liberal studies majors, because our knowledge in such different backgrounds. What else we got on here? Maybe just a couple more. They practice humility, tolerance, and self-criticism. They understand how to get things done in the world, and that's huge, obviously, for any job. They nurture and empower the people around them. I think that with my communications background, that's huge, and I think that's one of my strengths as well. But yeah, those are some of the qualities and things that I feel that is really important in our liberal studies major, and that will also help us market ourselves for future jobs and also help us thrive in our future jobs wherever we go, no matter what. So, thank you.